Well, here's just an update on some of the world's news. Iran has sent 5 tankers to Venezuela in order to help the Venezuelan government supply fuel to the Venezuelan people. Because of the American sanctions and basically the economic embargo and the financial siege that has been placed upon Venezuela by Donald Trump and the American administration, a country that has 25% of the world's oil reserves has been forced to ask for aid and cooperation from another oil producing country in the Middle East, which is Iran. It's fantastic that Iran is able to send chemical solvents to Venezuela because the crude oil that is produced by the Venezuelan oil industry needs these solvents, these chemical thinners, in order to make fuel. And at least one of the tankers carrying those chemical solvents will allow Venezuela to produce its own fuel for the next several years, alleviating and bypassing a lot of the pain and the economic hardship that's brought on by the illegal American unilateral embargo upon Venezuela and the presidency of the democratically elected leader of that country, Nicolas Maduro. So what we have is one country, Iran, under sanctions from America, coming to the aid of another country, Venezuela, under sanctions from America. Two anti-imperialist nations with two anti-imperialist governments, both defending their right to stand up against the bullying, hegemonic, imperialist, capitalist machinations of the United States of America. In other news concerned with America, Kiev has continued to bomb the republics of Lugansk and Donetsk in the Donbass region. These two independent republics broke away from the Ukraine after the 2014 fascist coup that was financed, encouraged, and in many respects led by America, by American NGOs, and by NATO. So the two new republics have put their army and their reserves on full alert as the Ukrainian armed forces have been massing on their borders. But with Russia in the background to defend and bring aid potentially to the new republics, it looks like there won't be any further escalation, although Ukraine continues to bomb the republics on an almost daily basis, creating civilian casualties and damage to the civilian infrastructure. And then finally we have COVID-19 being blamed on China by America, with certain states in America putting claims against the Chinese government and potentially seizing Chinese assets and financial assets in America. So that kind of is a reflection of what's happened this week. And then we have Dominic Cummings, who is a special advisor to Boris Johnson, the British Prime Minister. Seems to be a cross between Rasputin and Baldric, the character in one of the BBC plays, Blackadder. Seems to be able to do whatever he wants without any accountability or without any responsibility. Much the same as the British government and Boris Johnson themselves. But he won't be sacked and he won't resign, and Boris Johnson has a huge majority in the British Parliament, and none of those players will be going anywhere soon.